fade in.
Good afternoon or evening, everybody. It's me, CultureCasino, here for the Friday post-flight. And once again, it's a brand new format on a brand new show, coming to you a little bit later in the day than normal on episode number 4. And we have a very special guest with us today, somebody who hit a unique milestone approximately the same time that I did, about 10K. Also, what an amazing backstory, veteran, and just kind of a good all-around guy. I know that's hard to believe, but let me bring in my guest for today, the amazing Soldier Spirit. Hey, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing?
What's up, man?
Yeah.
I'm happy as hell to finally be here. Happy as hell to see everyone out there. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, today we are, we're just going to talk. We're going to go through an interview. And as I tell everybody, there's no gotcha questions, nothing like that. I give you the first 3 questions for your first appearance right up front, so you have time to prepare for them. I sent them to you earlier in the day, and it just makes for a less painful interview. And the audience who's been watching the show now for the 4th episode up through this one, they already know what the questions are, just like you know. So it'll be a lot of fun and a little bit easier and a lot more laid back than most interviews. I want to say thanks to our good friend Scott Westbrook for gifting 5 CultureCasino memberships. That's right. So several people got a membership. I hope to see you at the member stream coming up here soon. We've got Blue Daisy 69 over on Rumble. It's great to see you over there. And it looks like we've got a few folks joining us over on Odyssey and Twitter as well. So thank you all for joining us. I'm super stoked to get this going. So let's have you introduce yourself just a little bit. Tell us, give us the elevator intro about you. What do you do? What's your channel do? Tell everybody what you're doing.
Well, Vets Talkin, drop the G and you'll find me, is a channel where you get pop culture, politics, everything in between from the perspective of the sick, twisted minds of military veterans. Yeah, I am a 9-year Army vet. I was in from 2000 to 09, which I guess that makes me an old man now. Back during the awesome, thank you for that, Scott Westbrook. I was out there for the beginning of the Iraq War, and then to see the downfall and everything that happened afterwards. And I'm one of those disgruntled kind of guys that had a lot to get off of my chest, and I had a lot of ideas and stuff I wanted to do on YouTube. And initially, the entire idea was going to be wrapped around just being disgruntled, get other veterans on here to bitch and rant about all this kind of crap. But then I got wrapped into the Legion of Memers of all people. I learned only a little bit before that. It was only about last year. I learned about Friday Night Tights, and I got wrapped into that and all the pop culture aspects of everything. And then next thing you know, I'm on camera, I'm talking to people, and I'm like, screw it, I should start my own channel. And once you know it got pretty damn popular right away. And I can't take full credit for that. A lot of of that is the Hangover gang. Tom McDonald fans, if y'all aren't familiar, I started doing reaction videos of Tom McDonald videos, and it catapulted my channel to beyond belief. I haven't started in January, and now to 10,000 plus subscriptions already.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for that. That was very concise. Most people can't do it that quickly. Plus, you laid it out very well. So well done. Let's say hi to a few folks, and then we're going to get started with our first 3 questions. Let's say thank you to Punk Trace for the evil smiley face. Great to see you, my friend. He says, hey, Chuckles. Indeed. But we had a few folks get here early, like Canadian SpiderMan, one of my wrenches from Canada. We got Grim, otherwise known as Inferior. Yek Nomino's in the house. We got Vulcan Lives Matter, otherwise known as Vulcan Lives. Good to see you. And the lovely Penny. Greetings, dear. Thank you for your support. Low Spec Linux Laptop is in the house. We've got Lester San Jose of the Skeptic Tank. Can't wait for my shirt. Well, I hope it's on the way. The t-shirt commercial you saw, if you got here nice and early, those are real. And there's more gear being added all the time. There's a couple new Disney-inspired shirts on the way soon in the beach punk gear, and a couple more gear stores coming up here in the near future. We've got our good friend John Sapola here, the amazing wrench Darren Hughes, and by the way, in the back is the lovely Six. She's producing today's show, taking care of all of the star needs here that I can't keep up with. James Dosher's here. I hope you're continuing to write, my friend. Shrek PMC's in the house. He is a veteran as well. We've got Rida Ib Muhammad here. Great to see you, my friend. Let's see. Oh, Cocho Dragon's in the house, and so is Carlos Alfredo Lopez. Pat S is here. What's up there, Lightning Man? Pete Den Cat is here. Great to see you. And of course, Unlimited Power. We've got Tender Warrior 68 as well, and Dalu. And who else popped in? Oh, Darth Gutierrez, and of course, Scott Westbrook, who gifted in a very generous way those 5 Culture Casino memberships. We got Creed Fan Forever. What's going on? And we've got Cheryl Medlin. Great to see you. Waves. Hello. Thanks for being here, Cheryl. And of course, the lovely, amazing Mrs. Flu. Greetings. We had a lot of fun on Wednesday. Man, there was a lot of milestones this last week. I couldn't believe it because Floral got his 1,000 celebration in, finally got monetized. They did the monetization stream on Wednesday. That was great. Mrs. Flu was there. Mrs. Flu's been a part of a lot of these. You got Wolfwood here. What's going on? We've got our good friend Gonzalo Bergali. I guess I'm getting the Mexican Iron Man, who is not a YouTuber, raid. Okay, Mikey, I love you, man. But if you know how to raid people, you're a guy. You must be a YouTuber. Bass player 2011 if he's in the house, and of course, this is all a raid. YouTuber Mexican Iron Man raid. Thank you, Benjamin Loken, Rob Altus, the amazing David Glenn, Kitty Bear. What's going on? Warachi, hi. Dave Bob, one of my favorite roosters. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing all right. Beeve, what's up? The only place I'm gray. There you go. Let's see. Too Much 77. Thanks for being here. We've got Proto Badger, Randy Photo, Morgan King, Sean MMT. Holy cow. Erica, and Raph are in the house. We got Adega. What's up, the good doctor? DJ Ronnie G, Elizabeth Young. We got KRNet 82. And Maestro Chi. Adam, blame Mexican Iron Man. Indeed. Hey, there's Mrs. Squatch. What's up, Sassy Sasquatch? Great to see you, lady. And of course, that 70s rock fan. All right. Wow. Made it through a lot of names.
All right.
Hey, oh no. Mr. Buttcrack Media and Zax are here too. Holy cow. All right. Let's get to it. We got Too Much 77. I love that icon. All right. Here we go. First 3 questions. All right. We got to run the stinger. All right. Here we go. All right, Adam. There are always the first 3 questions. They're always the same. You've already been given the questions because I don't want anybody to feel like they're pressured. So we'll start with the first one, which is, what is your favorite television show of all time? And it can be from any era. It can be anything you want, but just what is your favorite TV show?
So television shows along with movies, because we talked about this a few times on my show when we're talking pop culture. It's really hard for a lot of people, and I'm one of those people. It's very hard to narrow it down to just one because I have a lot of favorites. But even going back to being a child, I think I'm going to have to go into my adult days and say the modern era sci-fi channel Battlestar Galactica is probably my favorite. I did not even watch that show when it first aired. I watched it when it went on to a streaming service. I can't remember which one it was on, but I was watching this a few years after I got out of the Army, and I remembered seeing commercials of it. And when I finally sat down and watched it, I binged through it, and immediately, I'm not even talking, I skipped a beat. I went right back and I rewatched the entire series right away again. It's one of these shows. I'm a big sci-fi guy. Eventually, I'm going to put a lot of sci-fi memorabilia behind here when I get into my toy chest in my storage unit. But this show is an excellent combination, not just great sci-fi, great action, but it actually makes me really believe in the military side of it. Having come from a guy who was a career military guy, the military chain of command, seeing those command officers, the structure and the way they act towards subordinates, everything about it had such a basis in realism. I love that fucking show.
Well, real quick then, what was your favorite character there? I'm just curious. I mean, because there are a lot. That's an ensemble cast. So
I will tell you what. Okay, for one, one thing I want to say this. I thought about sorry when I was going to give this answer is that I wasn't sure at this time. I wasn't really too familiar with any people's criticism of like race swapping or gender swapping and all that. So when you have Starbuck, who I didn't watch a lot of the original series, but I was very well aware. I know I'd seen episodes of it, so I was aware that they did gender swap out Starbuck, and I gotta say that I think Starbuck is probably my favorite character, and I think that's awesome to be able to say that because there's not a problem with them switching her out, her sex, making her female, because she was a badass hot female, and I love it. Voltron, I'll tell you what, we had this conversation. I think if they can make a good one, I think that Voltron needs a live action. That'll be one of my
that would be really great. Yeah, and I agree with Zach. That's a great pick, and Starbuck has to be one of your favorites, and it was the most. That character is just a quandary in and of itself, especially as the way they ended it. So you're left with little more than questions, right? At the end of it, it was pretty awesome. Yeah. So yeah, but no, that's great. No, all right. Well, that's a wonderful answer there. Okay,
thank you. I didn't even have to cheat off of anybody. I love this.
No, you're killing it. We had a few more folks roll in the door just to say hi real quick. Marcus Squintus is here. Great to see you. Hey, Hunch, the Dirty Roofer. What's going on, my friend? LQ3 is here. We got Southern Belle in the house. And Mexican Iron Man needs 10K subs. I'm with you. And of course, the great Mexican Iron Man himself. What's up, Mikey? For $5 is a dancing party in pair. Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate the support, and I think Adam here does too.
Absolutely.
If you haven't had a chance to check out Adam's channel, Six has been posting it in the chat. We will have it posted in the description shortly. I can't believe that I didn't save that when I to change the description earlier, but it's fine. We'll make sure you have access to him. He just recently crossed 10K. So let's get to question number 2, my friend. This one is an easy one. You ready?
Bring it.
What film is your go-to when you are homesick? What's your comfort movie? What's that one film?
I can say this, that when I was a kid in the summertime, when we had nothing else to do and we were stuck at home, I would take, and of course this is going back in the day before streaming services, even before DVDs, I would take all 3 of the Star Wars trilogy and I would mix them up randomly to decide which one I'm going to watch next. I went through every single one of the Star Wars trilogy so many damn times. I can't pick which one. As a kid, I think that Return of the Jedi, I know that's controversial. I think Return of the Jedi was my favorite as a kid. Now I can't really pick. The entire Star Wars trilogy, I can always, no matter what situation, I can sit down and watch Star Wars any day of the week.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, again, I always tell people the story. My film that got me just completely lit up with cinema was the original Star Wars film. New Hope. Before it was a New Hope, it was just Star Wars, and I saw it in the theater because I'm that old. And the moment that the Star Destroyer was chasing the Corellian cruiser, I was hooked. So I was right at the beginning of the film. Nobody had ever seen anything like that before, and boy, did it change! It changed everything. To be fair, it really did.
I just wish I could remember that moment because I love watching those reaction videos when people are recording their child seeing the scene where he says, "I'm your father" for the very first time. But I don't remember that. I don't know why. I can't remember the first time I saw that, and I wish I could remember.
Yeah, and what's funny is every time we do this, everybody has like answers, right? And some people stick with their same answers from last week, and some people update them. Like, so it's really kind of fun to not only ask you that, but since you said that, this is going to be a tough question because this is just a follow up on that. So, who was your favorite character in Star Wars?
Oh, Vader. All the way.
Wow, really?
The way. I even remember as a kid, I think one of my best drawings I ever did was of Vader from his chest plate up. I think that I put more effort into drawing that than anything else as a child, and I was so proud of that piece of work.
Man, I look, I completely understand that. I mean, Vader seems to be the one that, because he's been kind of Disneyfied, that kids really have an affinity for too. And I'm like, this is a big, scary bad guy. I mean, this guy's like tall and robotic and dressed in black.
He was so cool.
Yeah. Chef Nation's like, yes, I like this guy. Chef updated. That's so great.
I like that picture. That's great.
Nice job, Chef.
I got a video I dropped today. It may do really damn well. I did the entire Trump indictment with that picture and everything, and the entire basis around the 2.5 minute video was just, y'all fucked up. This picture right here is gonna win him the election.
Yeah, it's not bueno, that's for darn sure. But let's get to some. Let's say I had a few more folks that rolled in the door after Mikey pulled everybody over here, like Chef with the amazing picture. We got Phil TMNT here. Great to see you, my friend. Low spec Linux laptop is in the house. Emotionally unstable amphibian is joining us. We got 11 Alpha here. Jim Watari is joining us as well. And we have another incredibly generous gift from our man, Mexican Iron Man, gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate the support. And I know you're busy working hard, man. So I know it's hard for you to step away and, be in a stream or do anything else or even get to support people. But I appreciate it, man. You are great. You are great. And of course, a few other folks rolling in, like Release the McCracken, one of the Legion of Memers finest. Great to see you. What's up, Robbie? Thank you for your support. Sean, what's up, Sean Mountain? Let's see who else. Oh, Morb's here. What's up, Morb? Hope you're doing well. Maybe Human Team Weave. Well, thank you. And thank you, Six, for posting that in the chat. Memes of Destruction is here. He's going to be topless with me on the stream tomorrow, so at least you'll have something nice to look at. He's pretty. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz is in the house. It's good to see you. Yeah, we are doing well. We are doing well. All right. We got to get into the other question. I can talk to people all day. I'm sure you understand that. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Well, let's get into the next one. The next question, the one that I think is the hardest to answer because it's very broad, is what is your best film experience? Not the best film, not anything other than the experience itself. It can be associated with the film that you were, you find the best, but what was the experience around your best experience for a film?
It may surprise you. It did not take me long to think about that at all. When I was, let me see if I got the timing right, 8 years old. This is 1989. When I think we hadn't even lived, this one we were living in central Vermont. We weren't living there for very long. I knew we were a short walk away from downtown on the main street. My dad, it was me, my dad, and my mom, and my sister. I have a younger sister. And just randomly, for some reason, my dad said, "Hey, Adam, would you like to go for a walk?" And so my mom watched my sister and stayed home. And so we went for a walk. We went down Main Street. And all of a sudden, my dad stopped right when we were at the movie theater and goes, "Oh, look, Batman is showing." And I remember so well every single time a commercial for the 1989 Keaton Batman would come on, I would flip my shit. All those Coca-Cola commercials and everything. I got so damn excited. No. That would have been Titanic. But that's another story. No, I mean, the childhood memory of this, though, going in, and obviously it was a total setup. My dad knew that I wanted to see this movie so bad. That was the whole reason I went for a walk. And I saw that movie poster, just simply the black and yellow logo. And I got so excited, and going in there and watching that scene, that amazing music playing. And as you're trying to figure out what it is, you're going through this tunnel, whatever, it's rotating around, and finally it comes and reveals it's the Batman logo. And still to this day, when I think about that, I get such chills, man. And that was that by far, I cannot compare. I mean, sure, yeah, my first time getting laid, this is nice too, but can't compare to that childhood moment seeing Batman for the first time.
Well, it's something you never forget. That Batman '89 was that film that I think a lot of people just absolutely lost their stuff over. Let's say I know my buddy Tom, my hetero life mate, really likes that film, and there are many more people that I think love it as well, and for good reason. It was a great, iconic experience. So that's fantastic. You got to see it with your dad. You got to treasure those moments. I don't think a lot of people. I think a lot of people take those things for granted, and we really should. So, well, those were great answers, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't even have to sit next to somebody to cheat off of.
Yeah,
I may be a genius over here.
I make it easy. I make it easy. But now we have to move on because things need to get weird.
Okay.
Let's get into some weird
Let's
news.
get weird.
All right. Well, believe it or not, we usually try to do 3 to 5 weird stories, and let me tell you, I'm going to let you pick. All right, I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you. You're going to pick some. So we're going to start here. Do you want a remote-controlled car that's really fast? Do you want a Texas woman attacked by a snake and a hawk at the same time? Do you want parents warned after cracking eggs on toddler's head? Or do you want a Texas woman finds escaped snake blocking her car?
I got to hear how the hell someone gets attacked by a snake and a hawk at the same time first.
I figured that would be the first one. All right, let's get to it. So a Texas woman. All right, yeah. Texas woman attacked by snake and hawk at the same time while mowing the lawn. See, I left that part off too.
Okay. So many layers.
This one's fun. Okay, so yes, so the Texas woman attacked by a snake and a hawk at the same time. So a snake wrapped itself around Peggy Jones. What a great name. After falling from the sky. What? Shortly before hawk swooped down to try and retrieve it, hacking at her arm in the process.
How the hell?
Literally, the hawk dropped the snake, it caught on her arm, wrapped itself up around her, and then the hawk went back after dinner.
There's got to be less odds of getting struck by lightning twice than this happening. Wow.
Yeah, so a Texas woman recounted her terror after being attacked simultaneously by a hawk and a snake. She mowed her lawn. Peggy Jones from Silsbee near Beaumont was carrying out the garden chore when a snake fell on her, seemingly out of the sky, and wrapped itself around her arm. The snake was squeezing so hard, and I was waving my arms in the air, and then this hawk was swooping down, clawing at my arm over and over. I kept saying, help me, Jesus, help me, Jesus." Mrs. Jones said the hawk attempted at least 4 times to take the snake before eventually succeeding in its mission, leaving blood everywhere. I bet they have sharp talons. Her husband then ran out to see what was happening. Now, let me tell you something. You got your lady out there mowing the lawn. Shame on you. But anyway, not knowing the circumstances, maybe that's a little judgy. But anyway.
Oh, I'm a good judge. He sounds like a dick.
I don't know. But anyway, I was yelling and screaming. He didn't know what I was saying, and I thought I was bit by a snake. She added. Mrs. Jones said she then went to the hospital. She was treated for the cuts inflicted on her by the hawk and bruises from the snake wrapping around her arm.
Wow.
Despite not being bitten by the snake, she had a narrow escape, saying, I discovered the lens of my glasses was broken and there was a snake venom on my glasses. Oh, went for her face. Yikes. Remarkably, she had previously survived a snake bite, adding, I feel like the luckiest person alive to have survived this. Mrs. Jones has since been back mowing her yard under the close supervision of her husband.
She may feel like the luckiest woman, but I think God is testing her in some way. What the hell?
Oh, no.
What are the odds? That is nuts.
It is bonkers, dude. You picked the funniest one for first. That was.
I had to hear that. That is crazy.
I'm dying. Okay. Beeve says, I grew up watching my mama mow, and I love doing it too. Well, I don't mind. A lot of I've seen ladies out there with them push mowers. It's great exercise, to be fair. But I'm sorry, I'm a typical ruffian boy. I like to do the bulk of the yard work if permissible.
Obviously, I joke by saying that guy must be a dick.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's something going on. There's a reason she's doing it, not him.
All right. Well, since we talked about one snake, I feel it's only fair we talk about another one. I have found more snake stories in the last 2 weeks. Oh, it's crazy. So so let's get to this one. So a Texas woman finds escaped snake blocking her car in a parking lot. That's right. So a Texas police officer responded to an unusual call when a woman reported a loose snake that was preventing her from reaching her car in a parking lot. The Irving Police Department said Officer Steve Burris responded to a report of a loose snake in a parking lot. Our officers have many hidden talents. Officer Burris is a snake whisperer. His hidden talent is handling any wildlife call that may come our way, especially the snakes. At least that's what they said on Facebook. So Burris collected the snake and turned it over to Irving Animal Services, there if I can read, and the snake was later identified as an escaped pet named Miss Bonnie. The serpent's owner was informed of a local law banning snakes over 6 foot. The owner agreed to surrender Miss Bonnie to a wildlife sanctuary. So
did the snake have a gun?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't a real hijacking then. Okay.
Nah, it's just blocking her from her car. That's all. I don't know what's going on. The number of snakes that I've been finding in these stories is bonkers, but that was ridiculous.
Oh, we know it's all climate change.
Well, hey, I'm not even going to dive on that grenade.
I'm sorry for even bringing it up.
It's fine. Yeah, I still can't believe the snake and the hawk story. That one's bonkers. All right, well,
should have got with that one first. We should have ended with it, but I had to.
No. It's happening. But we got. Tender Warrior says, Texas, the new state trying to kill you. Yep, they're joining Florida. It's the two states that are always trying to kill you. My avatar is a feral stray from Texas. Well, he's a happy looking puppers there, Trinoculus P. Hey, what's going on? I know this MK Ultra dude. What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. We got more. We got parents that had to be warned about doing this. This is bonkers.
Yeah, okay. This is going to be my second one. This is weird.
So parents warned after cracking eggs on toddlers' heads in TikTok trend. Oh, no. So videos with the hashtag egg prank on TikTok have been viewed more than 670 million times, despite some leaving young children crying or looking upset. TikTok's latest trends, parents cracking eggs on a young child's head, has been criticized by medical experts. Medical experts over the potential damage it could do. The videos, many of which use the hashtag egg prank, usually show a parent with a young child in the kitchen. The parent takes a raw egg and tells the child they're going to crack it. But instead of doing it in the pan or bowl, they crack it on the child's head before pouring the egg in the bowl or pan. The phenomenon has gone viral, despite it causing some children to cry or leaving them looking upset and stunned. In some instances, the child throws the egg back at the parent. Yeah, I think I'd be a little testy too. By Tuesday, videos using the hashtag egg prank, blah, 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 670 million. However, medical experts have warned the prank could have side effects, including bruising on the head or spreading germs. Oh, that's fun. Dr. Megan Martin, a pediatric emergency consultant, says she has 1.3 million TikTok followers herself. Holy cow. Says, I was not a big fan of this at all. This is not something that benefits kids in any way, and I honestly couldn't find it entertaining. Well, there you go. We're literally smacking salmonella on their foreheads. Wow. Yeah. I guess that's one way to look at it.
Yep.
My goodness. It's harder to get a toddler to drink fluids when they've got a stomach bug or food poisoning, and so they're more likely to end up in the hospital for IV fluids. Yikes. Okay, talk about taking that to the extreme. Amanda Mathers, a pediatric occupational therapist who tried the prank out herself, said, hard to crack an egg on my head and my fully developed skull. Yes, no kidding. I mean, some kids, depending upon the age of the kid, may still have, some softness up there. So not
exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. And I almost felt a shock of like tears behind my eyes just trying to slam the egg into my head. Well, I bet. But Rebecca Berger Kaplan, clinical director of child, adolescent, and family services at Mount Sinai in New York, of course, said a one-off experience as an egg prank is unlikely to have long-term ramifications.
Again, this is our modern day culture. What's more important, the welfare and upbringing of our child, or clicks on TikTok?
Well, and to me, it's upsetting because, again, they're doing it on little ones, Yeah. I mean, they're doing it on, 1-year-olds. That's a real problem. And yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, if it's an older kid, like, look, I was a hard-headed child. I was challenging tables, with my head often and I received stitches for my efforts. But, it is not great. I mean, it's not the best. I mean, a lot of people would have difficulty with this. So,
I mean, it's one thing to play pranks with kids and whatnot, just messing with them. Parents do it all the time, even without trying to get clicks. But I mean, I'm not going to hit them over the head with any kind of an object like this.
Okay, so don't you see the hypocrisy here though? You armor your kids up like they're going to play hockey to have them ride their bike or roller skate or whatever, so they're padded up like they're gonna they've got some giant hockey player bearing down on them, gonna board them, and yet they have no helmet and you go to crack an egg on their head. So I mean, I get it. I don't know.
It's messed up. It's again, it's a society. I always hate to admit it, but I am a first-year millennial. I want to punch myself every time those words come out of my mouth.
Wow!
But my entire generation is based on societal acceptance over the internet, and so to get clicks is more of a way to be accepted. If that means bashing a hard object on a 1-year-old's soft spot on their head, and people are fine with it apparently.
Yeah, I mean, teenagers, yeah, that's a little different. Toddlers, maybe not.
Yeah.
I like you said, I mean, I led everywhere running full speed with my head, and I have the scars to show for it, which is why I have long hair now, to cover up the topographical map of Utah that is my cranium. But I'm telling you right now, I mean, there's you could cause some issue. I mean, anyway, it is what it is. Again, I got whooped with lots of things too. I got sandaled in the head and stuff like that on the regular. So it's not like things weren't hitting me in the head as a youngin', but yeah. Anyway, no excuses. I just think that's crazy, which is why I brought it up. By the way, something else crazy.
What that?
Dude, a remote control car going faster than, well, it probably should be allowed to. So according to this article, a remote controlled car breaks speed record, then explodes.
Oh my God, it's a rocket car.
Yeah, it's a rocket car. That's right. Yeah. A Britain man's jet-powered remote control car broke the Guinness World Record for speed on its first attempt and exploded on its third. So a James Womesley, aka Project Air on YouTube, used a Jet Cat 220 engine to power his RC car with the aim of breaking a Guinness World Record for fastest speed achieved by a remote-controlled jet-powered car. So it sounds like he did it. He got it up to 94.76 miles an hour on the first run. and that beat out the old record of 93.2. And his second run clocked 137, but it was disqualified because the nose of the vehicle fell off during the run. It must have rattled off or something. Yeah, well.
Why would that disqualify you?
Probably because it changed the makeup of the car. Who knows?
Huh.
But Walmsley's third try reached a top speed of 141 miles per hour, but that attempt also proved ill-fated when strong winds took hold of the car, swept it across the runway, causing it to explode.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a fast Hot Wheel.
Yeah, and this was truly the most heartbreaking crash I'd ever experienced, Walmsley told the Guinness Book of World Records. So it was moving pretty good. But right now, the first run was 94.76. That's the official world record. So congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, at least you can be happy with that. But holy crap, to be able to beat that by another 40-something miles per hour. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but
yeah. This does sound like a title of a good game. I agree with you. Rocket Car RC. That's right. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Costs.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy.
Yeah, I remember for a while getting really into watching the videos of the creation of all these rocket cars that break the land speed record and everything, and just I mean they're building rockets with wheels. That's really what they are, and it's absolutely incredible the machinery and the science behind everything, and then to shrink it down to the size of a remote control car. I hadn't heard about this.
Well, I mean, I've seen the jets, right? They're RC jets, right? And I think he's just using one of those big RC jet motors, right, for the big RC jets. So, but that's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Hell yeah. I wish I had the motivation to get into this kind of doing any kind of a hobby and dedicating so much time to it like that.
Yeah, and there's the Rumble channel for Vets Talkin. Check it out. Yeah, that is definitely gear prawn indeed. I've been burgled. Hey, what's up, Tax Shark? Great to see you. All right, we can do one more, and then we got to move along because we're about 36 minutes into the show. I picked out 5 stories. Normally, I only do 3 weird stories, but we've cooked through these guys. So let's get her done.
By the way, anybody who wants to show the support for the Rumble channel is greatly appreciated. I am trying to use that as a continuous backup. I am already, even in this short amount of time, I'm already getting a lot of attacks by these crazy leftists out there. They do not like my opinions. So I'm really feeling dependent that at any moment I could get shut down and depend on Rumble as a backup.
All right. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I always tell people always have a backup. Always. Yep. All right, let's get to it. We have a postal worker who did a good deed and then won the lottery. That's right. A postal worker rescues a kitten. You always have to end with a kitty story. Yeah. Wins the lottery. That's right. You it's fantastic. So a Washington postal worker, his name is Joseph Wald here, said rescuing a kitten during his shift led to his winning $717,500 lottery. That's right.
Karma is real.
That's right. Yep. So Joseph Wald here of Tacoma was delivering mail when he heard the mewling of a kitten. Aw. Couldn't locate the source. So he heard the same mewling in the same area. The following day, discovered the feline was wedged in a small place. Oh, no, it had been stuck for overnight. That's terrible. Oh. He put the kitten in his pocket of his sweatshirt where it slept for the rest of his shift. Oh, I bet it did. It was probably wore out. Walter said the kitten rescue left him feeling lucky, so he stopped at the Quinto convenience store and bought Hit 5 ticket. He scored $717,500. Wow. He credited the lucky kitten with his win, said the feline, now named Peaches, will have a new home at his house. That's so great.
That's awesome.
He says, my wife and I have everything we need. We just want to help others. So he plans to use his prize money to help his parents and their retirement and donate to charities. That's so great. Aww. What a great person.
I got to give him applause. That's cool, man. I love hearing stories like that.
Yeah,
I love it. I mean, I tell you know, it was one thing when I was hey, what's up? When I was in the military, it was always the sergeants would always tell young privates, the best thing you can do is to do the work that when nobody's looking, because everyone always feels it's the same thing in real world too. People feel like they have to, bustle, work your butt off to try to look like you're doing something and make it look good. But when you are doing a conservative effort to try to do good and do good work, even when no one's looking, even if it's just a good deed and you don't go off bragging about it, there's going to be something good that's going to come back to you for that. And yeah, I love hearing a story like this. That's really cool. And by the way, yes, hello, Ruben. I saw your mention on there, man. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Ruben. And thank you, Brightest Day, Zach. I appreciate the membership for 11 months and the insert witty comment here. Great to see you, my friend. Oh my, we've got so much going on. Yeah, I think I said hi to Randy Thauto. Good to see you. Thank you for your support of Mexican Iron Man. And of course, great to see you, Benjamin Loken. I agree, Mexican Iron Man is a YouTuber. All right. Gosh, that's it for that. All right. We got to move on. We got to get to the meat of the matter. It's today's topics. Today's topics. Here we go. All right. So we have today's topics, and this one will be fun. I think since you just mentioned Batman, I'm going to give you Batman.
I am Batman.
But not the way you want.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this one's tricky. This one's tricky. We'll start here. Where have all the fans gone? Good question. Where have all the DC fans gone? This is from Hollywood Reporter today. After a string of bombs, no kidding, and a reboot on the horizon, Warner Bros. Has to do more than make fans believe that a man can fly. It has to make them believe that this time there's a willingness to see that flight to its destination. Wow. Well, you have Snyder, and you have Gunn.
What a mess.
It is. So it's been more than a decade since Man of Steel ushered in the DCEU. In 10 years, this very week, Ben Affleck was announced to play Batman in Zack Snyder's cinematic universe. We all know the turmoil that in the endeavor ultimately resulted in, and seemingly ceaseless restructuring of DC that followed partially as a result. But for now, let's journey back to 2013. Sure thing. The DC Extended Universe was nearing deafening that summer. Everyone had an opinion both on Man of Steel with its controversial third act in which Superman killed Zod, which Superman doesn't kill, and the casting of Affleck, who still hadn't quite come clean of the spandex stench from the 2003's Daredevil. That's true. How was he supposed to measure up to Christian Bale's beloved Dark Knight? Good question. He did a fine job, though. Yeah. So it was all shiny and new back then. Whether reactions were positive or negative, everyone had an opinion on its future. Fans' theories took hold quickly. Comic creators took sides. Bloggers discovered they could gain control of the narrative early, and DC fans fortified defenses and stockpiled ammunitions. In just a few years, they would take what was theoretically supposed to be the fun comics, movies, superheroes, and turn it into pure misery, a war of personal attacks, vendettas, cult mentalities, antagonistic journalism, and career-altering decisions. Now, so far, this article seems fantastically based. I don't know what you think, but it seems really accurate.
I mean, they're not trying to put perfume on a pig, which is amazing. Because I mean, you look at the incredible amount of ass kissing that came out before the Flash came out. The amount of people saying this is the best thing ever. This is the best superhero. Blah 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 blah. The movie was garbage. It was an insult to Keaton for being there, and just the entire DCEU is just an absolute mess. I would say from the beginning, but I actually liked Man of Steel. I thought it was a decent movie. It was an interesting new take on the character. But yeah, I think it was on FNT today, or it might have been on Nerdrotic Nooner the other day. When they're talking about their terrible approach in trying to rush this to become a new MCU. by throwing in a movie like I'm not a big comic book guy, but I know that the death of Superman is a big comic book. I remember when it came out, it's such a huge deal, even though I didn't read the comics. But they essentially put that comic book, which is the culmination of everything for Superman, in the second freaking movie. Batman versus Superman, which is something they could have built towards. They were trying to do the opposite of what the MCU did. And there's no way that would have ever worked. It never was going to work. Did I hate everything? No. I did like Ben Affleck as Batman. I did like Henry Cavill as Superman. It's just the stories that came around for all of this was garbage. And then, culminating to The Flash and everything else they came out with. Wonder Woman was good. Wonder Woman 84 was feminist garbage. So now it's just a pile of crap, and I have very little interest, no interest whatsoever in this new reboot they're going to try to do.
Yeah, I think that it was a combination of both the Daily and, of course, the statements on FNT today. So I think you targeted both of those accurately and what they said there. And I'm right on board with you. I mean, we had a decade of disappointment when it comes to DC. So the question about where the fans went, I think that people in the chat know. I mean, apparently Marvel previous phases is Coke and DC is Pepsi. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Each to their own. Well, no, each to their own indeed. And Spider-Man, for Marvel is the top character, and Batman for DC is the top character. And and that's just what it is. So you cut to 10 years later, Cavill's no longer Man of Steel, Batfleck is no longer Batman. And Snyder is building universes at Netflix with his Army of the Dead and Rebel Moon. I don't think either of those are going to be franchises, but okay. Whedon is persona non grata in Hollywood, and that guy who showed everyone just how successful Guardians could be, James Gunn, just wrapped the Guardians trilogy on a successful note, and is now co-head of DC Studios with Peter Safran, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Blue Beetle was a giant pile of steaming garbage, in my opinion, for no other reason than it was full of messaging that it could have done without. It also was a very hollow and familiar story at the same time, in my opinion, and yet I still gave it 6 out of 10. So anybody who wants to say I hated the film is wrong. I did not. I just don't think it was good, and I don't think it was bad. It was a movie, and it was far cry from what not only I expected or demand, but probably what the audience did as well. But the reason I bring that up is because guess who was in charge as a producer for that film? Peter Safran.
Okay.
So that's why a long way to get to that point, but there we are. And
I did not see Blue Beetle. I never even heard of Blue Beetle before this came out. When I first learned about it, I thought it did sound interesting, but I'm one of these people when I'm overwhelmed with woke ideology in any movie, I can't hang on to it. Yeah, chronic superhero fatigue. I'll tell you, I don't think I have that. I just have bad movie fatigue is my biggest thing.
Me too. And I think that's true. And my favorite polar bear and my favorite rooster are having a conversation in the chat. But all right. Well, so anyway, they're rebooting all of this. So, and they've kind of talked about it here that a decade of constantly shifting decisions, executive musical chairs, which is true, overly aggressive critics, which didn't help, and overly aggressive fans have left DC as a house divided, the reflections of which we can see all over social media. It's the swamp that even Swamp Thing would be hesitant to dip a mossy. This is great writing. So there are those who are optimistic about the DCU's future and eager for a reboot of Gunn Safran's unveiling of Chapter 1 in January. Okay. There are those who are puzzled over what DCU actually is, given the mixed messaging behind some of the actors' projects, like continuing like the Suicide Squad spinoff Peacemaker, while most will not. Yeah, no, I don't know why Peacemaker is a thing. I'm not sure how much longer it will be.
I'll be honest, I actually found it entertaining. It's still got a lot of woke garbage in it, but it's just entertaining enough to get me to watch the entire season.
Yeah. So let's get here. Okay, so truthfully, it's barely possible to go to a movie theater for a new DC film opening night and feel like you're there sharing experience with like-minded fans. That is, you're sharing the theater with anything other than rows of empty seats. Wow. It's difficult to generate any excitement about DC films unless, of course, it's related to the Batman. Fans love Batman, but not Batman as a supporting character in the Flash adventure or Batman as an unseen reference in the Harley Quinn heist film. That was terrible.
Bad.
They just want Batman, and if not him, then Joker will do just fine. As it stands, Warner Brothers' safest future bets are The Batman Part 2, which is trash, and Joker Folie à Deux, which is going to be a musical partly, I guess. So the Joker 2, basically. So, yeah, and those two films don't fall within the DCU proper. Those are Outworld tales, basically.
Yeah.
So, but this particular article goes on and on. But as you can tell from the tone of it, I think they land where a lot of us land. Where do you land on DC? Do you think its future is as murky as its past or recent past?
To put it in the words of the guys on FNT, it's dead. I think it's dead. I think they've killed this iteration of it. It had so much potential, but they just could not get out of their own damn way with all the garbage they kept on putting in there. Obviously, there's so many people who are more focused on their ideologies and want to push stuff. You know, like Blue Beetle just being all about Hispanics and immigration and how downtrodden they are. Just if you want to put a Hispanic character in there, put a Hispanic character in, but you don't got to put all this other ideology in there. It wouldn't bother me. Like I said, the first Wonder Woman was a great movie. I'm not going to sit here and say I hated it because it has a female lead. No, she's awesome. Gal Gadot is awesome. She's hot and she plays a great action character. But what we have a problem with is just bad freaking movies that are focused more on ideology than creating a good product.
I think I'm going to go with your previous statement from a couple minutes ago. Okay. I have bad movie fatigue, and I think. Yeah. And I think that it doesn't matter if it's DC or Marvel or Star Wars or anything, right? Or Indiana Jones or anything. I want good movies, and I want them well written, and I want them, I want to be back in love with the characters that I was in love with. And yeah. I'm not sure that's going to be possible, but I think the last good film in DC was The Dark Knight. I think that was the last good DC film, and then I think the last good Marvel film. Man, I know everybody's probably expecting me to say Endgame, but I'm going to say probably Civil War.
Okay.
And the reason being is because Endgame was just a cavalcade of cameos that just was they felt so hollow. And the storytelling created the entire disastrous mess that we have now of multiverse garbage. So it is what it is.
So are you forgetting, or did you not like Spider-Man No Way Home?
I don't call that's not MCU.
Oh, it's a Sony product. Okay, I see. You're separating that. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, and the reason being is, yes, Marvel Studios is obviously key in that, but as far as the portrayal of Spider-Man, that's under Sony's control. So.
I always forget about that. You're absolutely right. That's the only reason why that move is actually really good, because Disney didn't have their effect over it. Yeah. What was the point I was going to make? Okay, so for one, so bad movie fatigue. So I want to make a connection here to something you said earlier as well, that we are now in a situation where we're blown away if a movie is just halfway decent. If it's not garbage, we're blown away. We can say, wow, this movie was actually all right, even if it wasn't that great. So we're shocked by it now. And so the same thing, I think when you said earlier, when you said that this article sounds pretty based, I will correct you and say, it's just a surprise to see an article come from a corporation like that and not be an ass-kissing piece of crap that's just trying to make up for all this garbage and try to make excuses for these people. This person who's writing this was being very honest with their take on this kind of stuff. But I guarantee you, I'll bet that person is nowhere near actually based. I'll bet that person is probably an anti-Trumper beyond belief, left-wing beyond all hell, probably believes in all the other crazy crap going on. But but we're still sitting here shocked and amazed that these people aren't just kissing the ass of the big Hollywood elites in that article.
Yeah, it's just surprising. In looking at this article, I was just amazing. But like I said, I mean, it was refreshing that they were actually identifying the real issues, right? Not just going after fans, which they actually call out in the article. I'm just surprised sometimes when there's a level of self-awareness that is engaged in a journalist's mind, right?
Because that's the modern day civilization we live in with all these people.
Yeah, six is making fun of me saying Spider-Man, but that's fine. That's fine. Gran Turismo is a great movie. Watch my review. I'm serious. It's really it's like naturally it's that organic diversity that they should be shooting for, and it's based on a true story, and it's really amazing. It's very, very well done, and it's a racing movie, and it's a good racing movie, which is hard to do.
I'm looking forward to
that. Larry, I hope I didn't miss one of your member chats, my friend. I appreciate all your chats. I really, really do. Hey, Coluccio's here. NWH is hollow. Well, acting the fool fatigue. There it is. That's right. I think that came from this guy. Acting the fool.
Acting the fool.
Acting the fool.
The other part of that other comment, though, I'm so upset that Dune 2 is being.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Hey, Space Dave.
Hey. Yeah, that was the biggest thing I was looking forward to is Dune 2. I was actually a big fan of the original 1980s Dune. I even had the Dune board game and everything, so I could not wait to see Dune 2, and I am so sad that's going to get delayed.
You guys are making fun of me. It's fine. You make fun of how I say Spider-Man. It's fine. Michelle C's here. Where's your accent from? I'm America.
America.
I've been a lot of places. It just depends. I have an accent. Okay. I don't know. I know I say a few words differently than others, I guess. I will try to stay. I'm going to do it the way other people want me to say it. Ready? Spider-Man. Is that better? I've been saying it that way since I was little. You please forgive me. I mean, I had a Spider-Man camera, like literally a 35 millimeter camera that was red and blue and had webbing on it. And you put the film in it and rolled it over and anyway.
Is men a pronoun from your days?
I don't know. It's just how I say it.
Hi, I identify as Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I don't. It sounds just as silly coming out of my mouth as it does these other people who believe in all this pronoun crap.
Okay, and now Larry doesn't like how I say lottery. Okay, I will say. Okay, here we go. Again, words I learned young. Okay, so when I was younger, lottery. Is that better? Jeez. Thank you, soundboard. Guyvermectin, what's going on? His accent is from radio. That's right.
It's a radio accent, exactly.
The word we're groping for, maybe, is alliteration. Indeed.
Alliteration. You got
alliteration.
It's a fancy word.
And I did not say Spoderman. I said Spiderman. Man.
Spooderman.
No. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. That's right.
That's true.
Man, that's a monthly like enrage group of people that Gary does.
And apparently now that we know how to monetize on Twitter, that's all you got to do to get the numbers that you need to make money on Twitter. Just put out Miles Morales and you will get all those interactions.
Yeah, no, I look, I don't mind people poking fun at me. Spanish radio? I'm on a Mexican radio. Yeah, tomorrow's the day to make fun of me, right? Right? Memes of destruction. Oh, Memes has got the band back together in a separate group for tomorrow. It gonna be crazy. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Indeed.
This is true. Miles Morales is Miles Morales.
All right, we're going to get to the next thing. Let's talk a little strike. You want to talk about the balls and strikes?
Okay.
All right. Well, it sounds like this is going to go on longer than anybody wants. The AMPTP hires a new crisis PR firm because strikes are going to continue. Now,
what is AMPTP?
The Association of Motion Picture Television, Motion Picture and Television Producers.
Oh,
yeah. So, but anyway, as talks with the Writers Guild of America stall, and the Studio Trade Association has retained a DC-based Levinson group to pursue a fresh messaging. I almost said messaging strategy. That would have been very unfortunate. Although it's Hollywood, you go to West Hollywood.
They expect those happy endings.
Well, they don't call them rub and tugs, for no reason anyway. But anyway, so sorry, it's true. Watch Entourage on HBO, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do got to watch that show. It does sound really good.
It is. So anyway, the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers has hired a prominent Washington, D.C.-based crisis management firm to assist in its managing efforts, or its messaging. My goodness, I cannot talk today. Messaging effort as the actors and writers double strike grinds on with no end in sight. There we go. I got through the sentence. Goodness. Make that more than one sentence, please. That was one sentence. One. There's like 3 lines of one sentence. Why?
They need to get Grammarly.
No, I need to speak better. So the Studios Trade Association has been under an unprecedented national spotlight with its 4-decade history as the work stoppages lead to severe ripple effect economic consequences. There are extra words you could have put in there to make better sense. Okay, so all of this is true, but they don't have to say much. The actors are not garnering favor with us. I mean, are you feeling bad for the actors and the writers in particular?
Nope.
Okay, and so, and I think a lot of people may feel that way as well. So thank you, Six. I feel like I feel like there's no need to hire more people. I mean, you might want to hire some actors and writers at some point. So I don't know that you need these crisis PR guys, but the Levinson group isn't going to comment about any of this. It's led by the namesake Molly Levinson, former political director. Oh boy, at CNN. Oh boy. And CBS turned strategic advisor for corporate clients with reputational and risk concerns. She's also known for her work on behalf of the restaurant Comet Ping Pong, countering the Pizzagate, as well as the U.S. women's national team in its campaign for pay equity. So she doesn't have a great history with great clients.
That's a bad resume right there.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess if you're gonna represent the worst of the worst at their worst moment, there you go.
It's get the worst of the worst.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Hey, Fat Stevens here. What's up?
What's up, man?
Hey, Tripping Works here. Look at all these folks rolling in here.
Hello.
Slender Dad's in here. Look at that. Funny how the writers hired writers to write their messaging. Makes you think. Thank you for that, Slender Dad.
It's Inception right there.
Woo! Yeah, and Slender Dad is part of Ascendant Art, which is where you're going to go after this show. When the show wraps up, it'll automatically teleport you over there for that. That's a fun show. It's lots of funny guys, funny people. Good times.
All right.
Yeah, my buddy Brahma's over there, Mad Mardigan's over there. So good people. Anyway, so the AMPTP's edition of the Levinson Group augments its existing pair of retained media consultants, both of whom have spent their careers in Hollywood. Chris Day, that's UTA, and Scott Rowe, who spent decades of messaging under Warner Brothers. So basically, it's the heavy hitters, former studio people. So makes sense. So the studios aren't alone in enlisting new PR reinforcements for the current standoff. SAG-AFTRA hired Precision Strategies, which is Stephanie Cutter, who served as the deputy campaign manager for Barack Obama's 2012 presidential run. Okay. Oh, boy. Wow.
I mean, these people have the exact same mentality of these ultra liberal cities that keep on getting bad, but they still keep on hiring the same stupid ultra liberal idiots that keep ruining their cities. They never learn.
Oh, no.
Keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Well, but you have two people going to go face to face in these PR firms on behalf of the studios and obviously the union folks. And they're all both coming from the same perspective. They play from the same playbook. So how is this going to end well? It just isn't.
I don't know. And like you said, man, trying to have any sympathy for any of these people. No, these are the same people who call us every single name in the book, istophobic, phobophobe, because we didn't like their garbage. So they can all F off.
Wayne,
I don't care.
Helena J says, anyone who dug into Comet Ping Pong knows all about James Alefantis. Yes. Oh, man. Woo! This is like a who's who of like, why? Vulcan Lives for $4.99 says the Culture Casino Center for children who can't read good and want to learn to do other stuff good too. That's right. Thank you for that.
Good Zoolander reference. Love it.
Oh, I love Zoolander.
Me too. Did you see a sequel though?
What?
The Zoolander sequel.
No.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Oh.
It's
wow.
out there, but it's garbage.
Ben Stiller again?
Yeah, it's Ben Stiller. Yeah.
And Wilson?
I'm pretty sure it was Owen Wilson also. Obviously, it was so bad. I can't remember the details at all. I just remember even thinking in the middle of, wow, this is terrible.
Oh, my. All right. Goodness.
Yeah, it went straight to streaming.
No, I bet it did. Michelle C for $4.99. As a licensed massage therapist, real therapists do not do rub and tugs. Oh, I know. And I have to tell you, I used to be able to get a deep tissue massage once a week, which I desperately needed because I was working out like a beast. And that was back when I was carved out of wood. And then the what do you call it? The COVID happened. And the gym said no thank you to me going there, and the massage place that I went said no thank you to coming here, and so I fell out of the habit. So I know the value of a very well qualified massage therapist. So I appreciate what you do, Michelle. I love it.
You are a hero.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, no, and again, that's a West Hollywood joke, and again, it's an industry joke, to be fair, but yeah. So I hope
reality outside of every single army base. I can tell you that much.
Oh well, yeah.
I won't go into any details.
Let's not get too dark here, okay?
I'm only insinuating. I'm not giving any details.
All right. Well, Fat Steven, what's up, man? For a Canadian, $2 says working out equals lifting glasses of wine, heavy glasses of wine like this one right here. Okay, very heavy. Let me move over so you can see it. See? Heavy glass of wine.
I like the addition of the poker chip on there, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa, yeah. I got to order the new chips. Holy cow. Thanks for reminding me. New clay chips, the $100 chips. Woo-hoo-hoo. And I want to say thank you to Space Dave 2000. Thank you, my friend. I know you were out with your family, but you managed to gift 5 Culture Casino memberships. How generous. I truly appreciate it. Very, very much indeed. Bragg Boulevard?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
This person knows exactly what I was talking about. That's exactly where I was thinking of.
I don't want to know this. I don't want to know this. What I do want to know is what you think about something that hit me kind of hard today. I was like not expecting this to be like a dump truck of sadness. It's the fact that, well, Dune 2 is delayed to mid-2024 now.
Yeah, I am crushed by this.
Because it's like the last good movie, right? I mean, maybe like The Nun 2 if you like horror, But I mean, I saw Gran Turismo, which I did a review on, which is awesome. I think if you're on the fence about Gran Turismo, watch my review because you will be encouraged to see that this weekend. But having this film delayed, I mean, dude, did you see part one?
Oh, God, yes. Yeah, like I said, I was even such a fan of the 1984. I even had the DVD set of when Sci-Fi Channel came out, the series of the first movie and the continuations after. Wasn't that good, but this movie was fantastic. And, oh, the spice must flow. And, yeah, this is so sad. This is the one thing I was looking forward to more than anything else in Hollywood, and this is crushing.
It is a dump truck of sadness, at least for me, because I like movies. I like to go see good movies, and this is gonna be I'm hoping to be a good movie. Yeah, it's showing up March 15th. So yes, 6 is correct. 6 says I thought it was spring. Yeah, but it's like the end of spring.
Yeah,
it's like, or I guess technically, it's the beginning of spring. I live in a warm climate, so to me,
it's hard to tell.
It's hard.
Yeah, it changes.
It's either we have varying degrees of hot.
What's like today? Super steaming, burning ass hot, or is it just hot?
No. Today is like it's hot with a salt of steam bath.
Yeah,
a little salting. Yeah, it's like it's that day when your skin's gritty because you've sweat so much. The salt's actually on the surface.
Yeah,
it's gritty outside. That's what.
Yeah, it's gritty.
It's gritty. It's hot. But look, you live anywhere in the South, right? The desert Southwest, Southern California, Nevada. The lower part of Nevada. You live Texas. You live anywhere in the South right now. You're like, it's a little warm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little wet, and it's a little warm.
Yeah.
It's a little uncomfortable.
I live, I grew up in the north, so I'm very much a northern boy, which I'm no one's
we can hear
messing with me, not my accent, but
yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah, no, you can't anymore because I've been away from there for so damn long. But I live in central Missouri now, and I love this because it's just center. It's not too hot, and it's not too cold in the wintertime, but it's been triple digits the last couple of days here. And but the thing is, here it's humid too. So yeah, this has been kind of sucky here.
Yeah, and Captain Have Fun's correct. The town is going to strike itself out of business.
Yep.
Yes, it is. I mean, and not only that, they're pushing all their films out of a time when they're going to earn money. Chef Nation's not happy. No, I agree with you, dear. Proto Badger sends me $3 with an awesome avatar. Check that out. It's cool as heck. Says at Adam, rock on about BSG. That's right.
Hell yeah. Battlestar Galactica. I got to go back. I've been wanting to go back one. Oh, by the way, so I assume that you have seen the series. Did you ever see Blood and Chrome?
Oh, yeah. I've got everything over there.
Okay, so but the follow up that was going to be a prequel to that. Did you see the Blood and Chrome movie that came out? It was going to be a prequel.
I saw that. Did you see what was it called? The C something about the capital city, Caprica.
Oh, Caprica, yeah. I actually enjoyed that. It's hard to make all the connections, but it's so sad. I can't remember if it was the last episode or the last 2 episodes, but it's very obvious they condensed the entire finale of the story into almost a freaking montage. And it was so sad because there was so much building to that story that could have paid off, but it just condensed. They're like, nope, screw it. Let's just get it out of here. There's not enough people interested in it.
Well, it was a shame, but look, we have a great member in Mrs. Flu. Thank you, Mrs. Flu. Says, oh, look at this member bonus chat. Like button. Thank you very much, dear. She's amazing. And of course, we've got Turo here saying there is fence. I don't know what that means. Hey, Katina's here. Hi, Katina.
Hello.
Oh man. Moist Casino, that's right, needs gold bond powder. Yeah, it's gritty outside, no doubt. I'm from North Carolina. I can concur. Humidity sucks. It does.
God.
Wow, I immediately downshift into accent. Did you hear that come out? Holy cow.
I heard that. Get that North Carolina.
Oh boy.
Kakalaki. Yeah, that's where I spent 5 years. That's where I picked up my first accent when I was at Fort Bragg. I won't go into the details on it, but yeah, I remember coming back from my second tour in Iraq. It was 120 degrees over there in the dry heat, and it was 100 degrees in North Carolina, but it felt exactly the same because the humidity was brutal there.
It's a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little rough. Yeah, Biggles. Hi, Culture. Hi, buddy. How you doing? I think Irate Specialist sent in the chat that he'd finished up the video for tomorrow. I have to gather all those together tomorrow morning and push them together. The montage of me dancing. Have you seen those?
I haven't seen that yet. No,
Oh, they're ridiculous. Well, they like my buddy, my pal, WDW Pro was doing a celebration stream, right? And so he wanted everybody to like submit dancing clips. So me, because I have, green screen / blue screen behind me, right? I, just turn the camera on like I'm recording a video, which means blue screen, right? And I just go through a bunch of dance moves. I do like a 2-minute dance, right? To no music, because I wasn't listening to anything. I was just listening to whatever was in my head, which is, cacophony. And and I sent it to Pro. So Pro's like, hey, I'm going to send this out to everybody else. so now I have Cultures dancing in front of the pyramids, Cultures dancing in Bollywood. It's been amazing. It's really
that's great. I remember when PewDiePie did that. So yeah, you're getting the same PewDiePie effect when he would do that kind of crap.
Yeah, well, except that I'm like the white man's overbiting all over the place on that, but it's not great. Not great.
I should do that too. I still have my green screen. I should do something like that. That'd be fun.
And you know what? Victor brings up a good point. Does anybody care if the strikes ever settle? I think that's unfortunately where we are.
No, no, screw them, because you know why? What's the studio that did the Sound of Freedom?
Oh, Angel
Studio is staying open. All the content creators on YouTube is staying open. Let the new media take over. Let Hollywood die.
Katina, yeah, I agree with you there. Katina says, I'm not gay, but I love me some Cylon 6. I think everybody loves them some Cylon 6.
Oh, yes.
I'm just saying. Yeah, it's definitely a girl crush, right, 6? Let me tell you. Well, I mean, Jamie Bamer is, not a bad looking dude. I'm just saying. Anyway, Tripping Orc, member for 6 months, says, are you doing karaoke tonight? I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I have a lot of work cut out for me. We will see. We will see. Let's see what else is going on. There are 3 seasons in Florida. That's right, Snort. And Snort knows. Snort is a polar bear that lives in Florida. Crazy polar bear. Says there's 3 seasons in Florida. Hot season for 4.5 months. Freaking hot season for 6.5 months. And almost nice for about 2 weeks. It's true. Argentum says, I'm moving from Cali to Arkansas next year. Can't wait to experience that humidity. And bugs.
Yeah.
Bugs the size of like small automobiles.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. If you go to Northwest Arkansas, if you can do that. I spent a year down in Fort Smith, and that whole area is not too bad. Northwest Arkansas is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Penny's in North Carolina. Lovely.
Hey,
it's beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, your average Patriot nerd, sir. Look at that.
What's up?
It's hot in North Carolina mountains too. 90. Woohoo! Your AC's on. My goodness.
Even in the mountains. God dang.
Yikes. Yeah. All right, I'm scrolling through the chat, guys. If I missed you, like Joan, I see you, my friend.
It's Fort Liberty now. Yeah, the Army changed like a dozen different bases because they were Confederate names.
The boss is here. Hi, sweetheart. Look at that. Anyway, don't tell anybody the boss is here. You got to be kidding. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody we were having fun before. All right, back to the Dune thing real quick because we are running low on time. We got about 45 minutes to go, folks. So stick around. We're not done. This is a segmented, partitioned show. That way we can send you over to Ascendant Art for their hilarity. But anyway, so the story of Paul Atreides, played by Timothy Chalamet Ding Dong, will be continued on March 15th. Sorry. Anyway, so we'll be getting Dune Part 2. Very excited for it. As part of a shift, Godzilla versus Kong, The New Empire, which previously was dated for the 14th, is getting pushed back 1 month to April 12th. Wow, it's just another rolling push again.
I didn't even know they were doing another one of those. I have been do not care about those movies.
You know what? Surprisingly, I've enjoyed them. Yeah, I can understand why some people may not have, thought it was a party, but I like the last one. And again,
I-
you're gonna have a separate Kong movie or a separate Godzilla movie. You just can't have a film. You can't have the two films in the same year.
Yeah.
So that's the rules.
Yeah, you
So
gotta break that up.
yeah, but anyway, so the Dune delay comes because of blah blah blah. I don't care, but we're still going to get amazing stuff like the Equalizer, which is coming up. That's going to be fantastic. Equalizer 3. Wonka, I could give to Tiny Tomatoes about. This thing is again the same kid, Timothy Shamalanga Ding Dong. He's in this Wonka reboot, and
He's
then
playing Wonka.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Shamalama Ding Dong. To be fair, the preview that I saw in front of Gran Turismo, it doesn't look god awful. It just looks like medium awful.
It has me interested to see what they're gonna do with it. You know, obviously, just like we were saying with other stuff, it's obviously a very different take on the entire Willy Wonka story and everything about it. So,
Yeah.
I'm on
You see
the fence.
you see your face peeking out back there?
I see
behind
that.
the
It's
phone?
creepy as fuck.
It is. What's the other side of his face look like, huh?
It looks like one of those everyone tries to claim it's all the Illuminati stuff, you know, in all the movie theaters they have like one eye covered.
Yeah.
I swear I'm not Illuminati.
Yeah. And then we got the Marvels. That's right. The Marvels.
Man.
I'm going to make money on that film. I'm going to. I'm planning on my being able to build a she shed for the boss. So
I normally don't do movie reviews, but I will do one for that.
yeah. All right. Well, Jaffo, what's up, brother? For 32 months, you've been a member. I appreciate it. My issue with the strike not ending is hardworking technicians this is true, who are wrapped up in this. Also, if they come back, YouTubers can monetize the crap. I agree with that too. Yes. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's just sooner rather than later. Yeah. Oh, by the way, they're also assessing possible delays for The Color Purple and Aquaman: The Last Kingdom.
And who cares about either one of those?
They may keep them. They may keep them in those spots. So Sony's the only other studio to delay several things. Last month, the company pushed back Kraven the Hunter. By the way, there's a standee for Kraven the Hunter in my local theater, full size, illuminated. It's cool looking. And Ghostbusters Afterlife is getting pushed.
That I want to see too.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the Afterlife movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was very well done with what they did with I was going to say Dan Aykroyd, but not him.
Well, Lord Shax is over in the chat. I think I heard Mexican Era is going to star in Grand Chorizo, The Race to the Toilet. My goodness, Lord Shax. My goodness. Trolling over there on Rumble. The Odyssey is quiet today. I don't know what's going on. All right. And you know what? I know that you're into these shows. All right. You've been outed.
Have you been looking at my Pornhub account?
No. Don't deny that you are a reality TV buff.
Oh God, no.
You love you some Kardashians. You love you some other stuff. You
Fake
like
news.
The house hunting Vegas thing. You like Top Model, right?
It's fake news.
It's not, because I know, because you're going to be in this show. I don't know which season, but you're going to be in Bachelor in Paradise.
What?
Season 9 cast was revealed. Yeah, and they're headed for the beach. You're going to head to the beach, aren't you, Adam?
Oh, that's a big negatory. I cannot stand reality television.
Argentum thinks you should go for MILF Manor. Am I right? Oh man, Cardassians. That's right. Stephen Gilly made a Magic the Gathering joke earlier that was brilliant, by the way.
The only Kardashians I know of are from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Down for Love. There you go. That's perfect for you. Perfect for you.
Was that the one with the rocker?
Rock
of Love.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Which Bachelor is Knuff? I don't know. I don't know who's Knuff.
No, Down for Love is that Down syndrome one.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know any of those.
It's a new show TLC or whatever just came out with. There's a bunch of people with Down syndrome trying to hook up with other people with Down syndrome.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
If you say so.
It's a little exploitive, but it's
exactly.
Well, it's Hollywood. What do you want? I mean, that's their jam. But anyway, so a slew of singles are headed back to the beach. I just thought you would get a kick out of them. Here you go. You got Greer Blitzer. Hello. Hello, Greer.
Yeah. She's got the white power thing going on.
Yeah, that's
she's
a shame.
Yeah, can't do
You've
it.
got Braden Bowers. That guy spends a lot of time in the gym looking at the mirror.
Yes.
Look at that. He's rocking Thomas Magnum shorts right there. Where's my Ferrari, ladies? Where is my Testarossa? Oh, boy. Look at the boat shoes and no socks. Yes.
Look at the Photoshop action. There's no way that's a real background.
That's right. And by the way, you can never have enough merchandise. That's right, Six. This is a real thing. You can check it out. Mixed Tees Beach Punk. That's right. One of the many stores we're launching. That's the first one that's live. Oh, wow. Aaron Bryant's there. Look at that smile. Oh, dude, he's rocking. See, those are quality shorts, man. Those are nice shorts. I like those.
Well, the other one wanted them really tight so they could show off his beefy legs.
Oh, that's what he was showing off?
Yeah.
All right.
A friend who does that.
Okay, well, we got Peter Capio. Check out this hunka burning love. What do you think of that? Yeah. Hey, he's got long shorts too. Smart guy. There's Jessica Girod. Girod? I don't know. Ooh, I like that pattern on her swimsuit. Hello.
I like other things about the swimsuit. Is it The Bachelor supposed to be where it's just one dude and a bunch of ladies? I mean, is this a different show completely?
It's Bachelor in Paradise.
Okay, so it's not The Bachelor, same show. It's a completely new show. Okay.
Yeah, we got Eliza Ishi. I think I said that right. That's very form-fitting and looks very nice.
That's gotta be the skinniest black girl I've ever seen.
No, she's in great shape, man.
I mean, she's in great shape, but usually... Yeah,
she's got beautiful hair. Holy cow. All right. Anyway, sorry. I always focus on hair. I wonder why. Catherine Cat Izzo is in here. She's rocking an orange top.
I'm liking that.
She's got a big smile.
Yeah.
Samantha Sam Jeffries. Ooh, she looks like come to me. Hello.
That's a man.
You think so?
No, I'm kidding. She looked a little manly there.
Olivia Lewis is there. She is very, very attractive.
She looks like a sweetheart.
Yeah. Sean McLaughlin. This is your kind of guy, isn't it, Adam?
That's very fluffy.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know where that word just came from, but that hair just...
Floofy?
Floofy.
It's floofy. I don't know if floofy is.
It's very, what was that? Was that a Flock of Seagulls or whatever, that band from the 90s?
Yeah, Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah.
I had Flock of Seagulls hair.
Did you?
I did.
Why
Blake Moines. That guy does not miss. That guy doesn't miss the gym.
Oh, dude, that guy's jacked.
He doesn't miss leg day either. Holy cow!
Yeah, that dude looks like Travis Kelce.
Yeah, he does. Mercedes Northrup. Wow.
Hello.
Rachel Richia. See, I like these orange tops.
Oh, I was about to say that looks really wholesome, and then all of a sudden I saw how short that skirt was.
That's fine. Kylie Russell. Wow, look at those eyes. Hello, Aaron Schwartzman. There you go. That's your guy right there, Adam.
I'd say that's more my style. Yeah, you get the short kind of military style haircut, just kind of sitting there like not trying to pose or nothing.
Yeah. And then we've got Will Urethra.
What?
No, that's not what I said. That is a cool shirt. I'll say that.
It's a cool shirt. But he's wearing pearls and look at all his bracelets and he's all about the accessories, I guess.
Tatted up pretty good. Brooklyn Willie. There you go.
I like that. Another one
with the big. She looks
big
comfortable.
almond eyes.
Catherine Cat Wong.
Ooh, sticking out the booty there.
That's a long skirt. All right. Well, sorry.
What a cast. I can say, there's a lot of attractive people there, but not the kind of content I'm looking for.
Yeah, me either. And here's the thing: I would never watch a show like that. What I don't understand is why we are so caught up or fascinated by the pretty people.
I know.
You know,
and the pretty people
especially
who
if you
aren't
don't know
real.
anything about them. You know, they're not on a forum like this. They're not, out talking about things. You don't. How people feel attached to these people blows my mind, and it's just kind of a weird reality thing that I just don't get.
And we know damn well these people are completely fake. They're looking for their moment on TV. They're looking to try to get famous in one way or another. They're gonna fake the entire thing. Oh, I love this guy, or he's so dreamy, or she is definitely my one. And it's all fake. Even if they end up saying they're gonna get married afterwards. How many times do these people in any one of these shows where they're supposed to get married actually get married?
Look, all I did was try to make this a fun segment to make Adam uncomfortable. Clearly, it backfired on me. Okay, I'm getting hate in the chat, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable. Oh, and Jonah Hex says I'm creepy. All right, fine, I'm done. We're not doing that segment ever again.
I approve of this.
Oh, shoot.
I didn't say anything wrong with it.
Whatever. You're a guy. Anyway, so Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is a film I'm high on. I think it's great. Gran Turismo driving towards $15-60 million opening. That's too low. Everybody go see this movie. I'm really not kidding.
I didn't. Yeah, I never realized actually this is based on a real story. I thought this is one of those things they're just trying to make a movie out of a game that had no real story, being the video game Gran Turismo.
Well, this is based on the video game. The video game actually created the GT Academy. The GT Academy actually took a bunch of virtual racer people and turned them into actual race car drivers. Yeah. The kid that's in this, Jan, he actually exists in real life. In fact, he was one of the stunt drivers on this during the course, playing himself. He drove for himself. This kid, Archie Marakwe, who ended up playing him in the film. So, but it was really, really great. And I really want this film to do well. It had an $8 million Friday, which include the $5.3 million from the previous preview days. I mean, it's going to struggle, but it really deserves a big weekend. Blue Beetle's only going to make about 10.5 million this weekend in its second weekend. That film is dead. But I want this thing to do well. Hopefully it does very, very well.
Like I said, I've known nothing about it except for what you've been telling me. And a little bit ago, I did see that it's based on a real story, but I like that you broke it down for me. I'm very much looking forward to seeing this now, and I hope it does well too. Would you think this might be our last good movie though, before everything shuts down completely?
I actually said that. I said that in the chat. I said this is the best movie. This is one of the, if not the best movie of the year. I said that in my review. I think this is one of the. I think this may be the last really, really good movie that we'll get, and especially now with Dune not being there, I can almost guarantee it. Which bums me out, because unless you're into horror films, and I know not everybody is, The Nun 2 would be the only other one that might be okay. I mean, it's kind of a bummer, man.
It's very depressing. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. Thank goodness for streaming content and a large library of all the stuff that we can watch that was good in the past, because we're gonna need a lot of good content going forward to make up for this dry spell.
That's true. It's true. You always look to the past. There's a lot of great stuff in your catalog at home, I promise. 16-bit mascot for $5. Thank you for the support, my friend. You've been here a long time, and I appreciate it. It says, hey there, Culture. Always enjoy the channel. Ahoy, chat. Cheers. Thank you so very much for your support. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys get a chance to check out Adam's channel, which Six has been posting in the chat and doing a wonderful job of handling everything in the back. Truly, truly amazing.
Much appreciated.
And giving me the business when I'm out of bounds, apparently, which I was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, out of bounds.
It's needed.
It's not needed. It's gonna get me in trouble. But I do know this. We're gonna get back to the strike conversation real quick, and just because I found this as an odd thing. And no shame on anybody who doesn't tolerate the heat well, because as I get older, I'm less inclined to enjoy it. But apparently, the strike's being interrupted because it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Disney World isn't getting anybody to go ride the rides because it's hot, right?
Well, I mean, there was a heat advisory for Monday and Tuesday. I get it. So they suspended the picketing at several locations. Again, I don't blame them. It's just hot. I just know that in my younger years, I'd be out there with a tub of water, still out there picketing away. Uh, you know, I would picket at Disney and Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Why not? It'd be fun.
But again, it just goes to show the kind of people who are out there who are trying to do this. Like they're crying because they don't get, when they're working, they're not getting their little latte, almond, sprinkled, cinnamon, whatever fucking floofy drinks, and then while sitting here and calling us everything under the under the sun because we don't like their content. No, they're a bunch of spoiled little wimps. They're all the spoiled millennials and now Zoomers who just don't know any better. Now they can't even handle a little bit of heat.
True story, but again, I'm not going at them directly. What I'm saying is that it's just like, I know that I looked at different at the heat differently when I was younger. If it's older, I get it. So, but anyway, we need to move on. We got one last thing to cover, and it's a doozy. It's the thing that I really wanted to talk about. And I don't know how interested you are in this. I don't even know if it's something you keep up with. But
probably more than reality shows.
Well, I wouldn't know, right? I just assumed that was your jam, to be fair. You seem like the kind of guy to get a wine spritzer and some
sound
tapas.
Someone's full of shit.
Yeah. Right. Disney is not having a great day. They haven't had a great day in a while. They did bounce up a little bit today, but they're not doing good. They have a very bearish pattern, according to Yahoo, and I made sure I wasn't signed in, so it doesn't tell anything I'm doing. But 83.36. So they made it out of the 82 range, but they're still way below the 85 range.
Uh-huh.
I suspect they'll be at the 81 range sometime next week. Now, you probably don't keep up with stocks, but are you aware of what's been happening at Disney? Or no?
I tried to get into the stock thing, when the coup hit and everything. I'm not a good day trader by any means, but at least I have a common understanding of how the stock market works. Expert by no damn means, but I have not been following this stock specifically, but I have been hearing about, its collapse, every single time, all the movies are going down, like I was talking about before, that, Disney World is, no one's going to freaking Disney World. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just on, because there are so many stocks that I've played with where you just see where it just kind of floats for a little bit. But now when you look at where everything's going with the movie shutdowns and everything, we haven't seen the full effect of the strikes yet because movies are still coming out. When there's going to be that long dry period where there's no movies, this stock is going way down. It's going to get much worse, I'll bet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not giving anybody any advice on your finances or on stocks or anything else. I wouldn't do that. I am not a professional in that field, nor if I were would I do it on YouTube, because it's always a bad sandwich. Don't eat that one. So, yeah, I do think that it's very strange, and I do think that this rumor is true, Vic. Victor Fontaine and I interact regularly, so this is perfect. Great timing. What do you think of the rumor that Disney leaked that ESPN possible deal with Amazon to stop the stock slide? I think that's exactly what happened. I think that's exactly
the rumor.
Well, that they're buying into ESPN to be a quote unquote partner. ESPN's trying to do live sports. Amazon's trying to do live sports right now to try to, steal more ground from the television efforts, right? Okay. And you can watch, what is it? Thursday Night Football was on Amazon, right? Am I
That's
mistaken?
right. Yeah.
So it would make an awful lot of sense to do that. I can imagine that is something that would be the case, but I I think that's exactly why it was leaked, is to kind of stop the skid. And I think they're desperate to announce a bunch of things. I think Clownfish TV came out with something today. Disney's so desperate they're going to announce a bunch of things at Destination D event coming up, even though they have no intention of or have the money to build anything, because they're getting crushed on the theme park side too. Disney is not winning on any front.
None at all. And that's why I said, like, looking at the stocks there, I'll bet anything. Yeah, they're doing things like this probably just to keep it from crashing any further. But it's desperation. It's on life control. Yeah, now my brain shut down. You know what I'm talking. Life support.
Life support. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And you know what? This is also true. Prime shipping is no longer 2 days. It's no longer 1 day.
I'm so upset about that.
We used to get 1 day Prime. Then it became 2 day Prime. And now it'll get there when it does. I'm like going, wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I signed up because there's a few shows I wanted to catch up on the last season of The Boys, even though it wasn't good, and I wanted to rewatch The Terminal List again. And I'm like, hey, and also I got a few things I wanted to order. I was ordering new stuff for the studio here, and then I'm like, it's gonna be a week before it gets here. What the hell?
Yep. How quickly do I need something from Amazon tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know what? Shadow Chaser says ESPN is an albatross around Disney's neck, especially as cords are cut left and right. Yeah, I mean, it has been. Their primary partners with affiliate fees and everything else has been cable and satellite companies. And they've taken a healthy bite out of everybody's pocket. What most people don't realize, who still have cable and satellite bills, is that despite the fact that you may not have the sports package that includes ESPN, part of your bill is still paying for ESPN.
Yep.
Because in order for them to carry it, it's one of the largest carriage components that exists, and it's always been that way. That's just because everybody likes their sports.
Yeah, and I will say this a little information that I know, because I'm not sure how many people out there are big into sports or even know who Pat McAfee is, but I'm a big fan of Pat McAfee's show. He's a former NFL guy who he's freedom of speech guy. He got his entire massive building just doing his show on YouTube. Well, now he's signed on to ESPN. He's going to be simulcasting his show on ESPN also. But he's continuing to do this thing. He's assuring everyone, we're not going to change the show. We're going to continue to be free speech. And everyone is saying, yeah, we'll see how that works with ESPN. But the big explanation that we saw when he did that transition, it sounds like ESPN is in desperation right now in trying to move into the more electronic realm of things, because they are so stuck on the cable aspect. So they're trying to transition a lot of what they do into the YouTube sphere and everything else, which really is just catching up with the modern generation, what everyone wants to watch these days.
Yeah, 6 apparently went shopping on Amazon. But no, I think you're right. They are trying to move on, but they didn't really need to do as much as they've done. I mean, if you look at it, you can translate almost everything they do into electronics. I mean, they went out and got new talent in Pat McAfee, but at the expense of what? Talent that people have been watching for generations. You lose Susie Kolber. You lose a bunch of people that people have been watching for a long time that they're used to seeing. And now you have a handful of people that you might be used to seeing. Pretty soon you're going to have nobody that you're used to seeing. And unfortunately, you're not growing new sports fans. And Pat McAfee isn't growing new sports fans. He's maintaining the sports fans that exist.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's a big win here for anybody, but I mean, who's to say?
They are a sports channel that decided to talk politics in almost every single show, and then aired the trial of Chauvin. Aired the jury the final verdict of Derek Chauvin.
Of course they did.
On ESPN. I was at a bar. All of a sudden, I was watching sports, and the next thing I know, Derek Chauvin trial is on TV. Why the hell am I watching this? That's ESPN now. Everything's political, and that's why people are tuning out.
Yeah, I mean, and Ayav Nautic said, "LOL, ESPN went all in." Yeah, they did. Yeah. So it's not surprising. I mean, they lost me as a sports fan. I haven't. This is going to be weird. I have not watched. I mean, I actually did a video on this. I canceled my DirecTV and all my sports packages. I had every sports package, every one, the best, highest tier. I mean, literally, the room that I turned into a library that I'm in right now used to be my sports bar in my house. So I had like 9 TVs.
Yeah,
it was bonkers.
You are a true sports fan.
I was. I'm not anymore.
I forgot. So I'm a big football guy. I'm a Packer guy all the way. I forgot I was going to put that up there. But as far as everything's gone, man, I support my Packers. I support my Brewers and all that. But screw the NFL. Screw all the woke crap going on in those leagues. I won't give them money. I'll still pay a ticket. I'm going up to Green Bay, actually, for the home opener. But I'm not going to give the NFL any money, even though, yes, I'm aware it's still some of it goes over there. But screw these people. Screw all their woke ideologies. Screw all their bullshit messages that they want to put on there. And we just don't support them anymore. Oh, Six, you're a Bears fan. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Everybody calm down. Do I watch college football? It's the last thing. It's the last thing that I watch, and I only watch on terrestrial or streamed coverage. Yep. And I don't even watch college basketball anymore. It bums me out. I will watch the occasional baseball game when it's terrestrial or when I'm hanging out with my dad at like a sports location, sports bar or whatever, sports restaurant. But, yeah. Otherwise, I have to be in a sports book in Vegas. So, which I'm not a stranger to be fair.
Those places are fun. Well, we met in Vegas. That place is so damn cool. I've never been in those kind of places before.
All right. Real quick, I want to say a big thank you to both Darren Hughes, who's been working it as a wrench in the chat, and of course the lovely Six, who's been working it everywhere, including here and backstage, making things work well. Roll Tide indeed. All right. Let's get to the final round of information because I'm going to send everybody to Ascendant Art. This is the important part of the show. This is plug yourself.
I wish I would have had the video that we made in Vegas queued up where you electrocute yourself. That would be perfect right there.
It would have been. Well, if you should go check it out. Is it up on your channel?
It is. Yeah.
Go check out Vet's Talkin, and he did a short of me literally plugging in the electric car and like me electrocuting myself. It's funny as heck.
It's called CultureCasino turns into Crispy Casino.
It's very funny.
But yeah, hey, I mean, I pretty much, I guess I broke down a little bit too much earlier on then because I think I explained everything in the beginning. But yeah, 9-year Army vet. I grew up as a nerd. I mean, that's my biggest thing. I grew up as a nerd, and I just happened to get myself into this, this manly type stuff when I was in the Army and all that. But I'm still a nerd at heart, and that's why I love being able to talk about all the nerd stuff. I mean, we talk about Star Trek, Star Wars, all that kind of stuff. Skinamax Saturday is a big show where we do all that, 10 o'clock Eastern. We call it Skinamax Saturday because we're all a bunch of raunchy military dudes, a lot, and we talk a lot of crap, and then we get on and talk a lot of nerd stuff too. All, like I said earlier, from the perspective of the sick, twisted minds of military veterans. And then we do our Thursday show too. Our Thursday show, we call it Knife Hands. The reason for that, because I'm pretty sure everyone's seen this kind of thing before. That's when, if you're in the military, you're a sergeant, you're getting good and pissed off, you're whipping out that knife hand. And that's, we talk a lot of the stuff that really pisses us off going on. We've been talking a lot about the DOJ and what's going on with Biden and all this stupid corruption crap going on. So that's been our big conversation. Other than that, I put out a lot of videos. Tom McDonald is the big stuff that got my channel going. Tom McDonald, if you're not familiar with him, an amazing anti-woke rapper who I get comments all the time in my videos. They say, I don't even like rap. I'm an 80-year-old grandmother, all this, but I love Tom McDonald. I love the message he puts out there. Because it's not just pro-America, it's anti-woke. He's neither left or right. He's just somebody who believes in common sense and screw all this woke crap that's going on in our world. So, yeah, if you guys want to check that out, check those videos out. I put out a lot of breaking news segments, and I am going to start putting up some review stuff, too, because I love talking about the woke crap going on. Like I said, that comes in my verbiage a lot, and I want to just start doing a lot of reviews of TV and movies and just calling out that kind of garbage that they're putting into our society. Man, I think I talked a lot tonight. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate having you. That's the whole point of this show is that the first 3 questions are there just to break the ice and get you all loosened up. So everybody settles in and relaxes, whether you're a pro YouTuber or not, because I'm going to have some non-YouTubers on here, like maybe Mexican Iron Man. You know, you will be well prepared because the 3 questions are there just to get you loosened up. Hopefully it worked. It seems like it did. And I know you're a pro. Now, we usually use PG language here. We got a little racier, closer to PG-13 because of Adam.
That's on me.
You can expect far worse over on his channel.
Yes.
So yeah, but it's always a good time. So go check out his live streams. I love being there when I can. Hangover Gang for the win, indeed. And for those of you who got a chance, I truly appreciate the subscriptions that you gave him today, although he's passing me, so maybe I should let him do it. Yeah.
Well, man, you've been awesome though. Ever since the beginning, you were so gracious to help me out. You know, you got me in touch with comics division and everything, man. And everyone out there, he has helped me so much. You know, he didn't have any problem me DMing him whenever I had a question to ask for advice on certain things. He's helped me out so immensely, and comics culture. I can't thank you enough, man. You are a big reason for the success of my channel and all the advice you've given me. I can't thank you enough, bud.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how you grow. And for me, if everybody's bigger than me, I'll be just as happy as as I am now. You guys are incredible. I want to support you guys, and I love it. And yes, the Sunday night culture, the late night culture show is PG-13 to R at times. It's the only time because kids aren't staying up late. At the late night show, I can get away with using a little looser language. Otherwise, I think PG is the way to go because if you're driving in the car and you get the kids in the car, it's a little safer. I want to make sure everybody can listen and pay attention to the show, especially when they're driving.
Blame the bad language on the Army guy. This is on me. I have very little filter. That's on me, man.
Yeah, I've been talking way too much. All right, so tomorrow, reminder before we go. First of all, you are going to be automatically redirected from here. You don't have to do anything. You'll go see Ascendant Art and listen to those knuckleheads be funny because that'll be a good time. I think they started live already. Let me double check. But they're great. We also have, of course, tomorrow the official 10K celebration stream. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I believe there will be a cavalcade of folks that filter through, including the group of guys who started it all, the not anywhere close to full Monty topless dudes. Will be appearing courtesy of the Memes of Destruction. He's already organized this. So if you are looking for me to pay off that bet, where I will take off my shirt for 2 minutes of my live stream because I made it to 10K, you'll have to tune in tomorrow. Because I may actually private the stream after it's over. Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe I'll make it members only. I don't know. But look, you're gonna see flabby old man body. Well done. Good on you. If that's why you subbed. But I appreciate it. Adam, I appreciate you being here so very much. Thanks to the 80s, some of you over on YouTube that stayed all the way through, and the 100+ of you that were here during the show. And for those of you on Rumble, for those of you on Snowglum over on Odyssey, for those of you who hung out with us everywhere, I appreciate it. And to those of you on Twitter that you never seem to get the recognition you deserve, I appreciate you hanging out here as well. Have a great day, a wonderful weekend, everybody. And as always, credits. Do you have style and flair? A bit of savoir-faire? Well, you're in luck. For just a few bucks, it's not out of reach. Time to get back to the beach. That's right. Beach Punk is now available for a limited time exclusively from Mixed Tees. The Make America Beach Again line is top-notch, top quality, and all about answering that question, are you beach enough? I know I'm Knuff. Are you? Be prepared for your very own beach off. We've got towels. We've got t-shirts. We've got muscle tanks too. And if you're cold-blooded, we also have hoodies. Not to mention mouse pads and so much more. Check out the ever-expanding line of Beach Punk gear available at Mixed Tees. Your home for YouTube-exclusive clothing from your favorite creators. From the minds of Dick's Division comes Beach Punk. Are you Knuff?